Yo, what's good? It's your boy Jam. We back with another video. Feel me. Today we got the game Lamar Jackson became a superstar. Now, Lamar Jackson is one of my favorite NFL players of all time. He's top 5 quarterback of all time for me, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, my number one is Matt Ryan. Peyton Manning could be second, you know what I'm saying? Obviously Lamar is in there. Jaden Daniels, he's in there now. My fifth one, in no particular order, of course, but the fifth one, maybe Joe Burrow. Nah. I don't know. But hey, man, the game Lamar Jackson became a superstar. I have a feeling which game it is. I think I know. It has to be the one with the what game is it? It was 2019 against the Jets, right?
After 6 years of redefining what it means to be
Shut
a
up.
quarterback, Lamar Jackson needs no introduction. He's been called undisciplined, untalented, and even not quarterbacky
Not
enough
for real.
to succeed at the highest level. At every possible chance, however, he has proven to be one of the only players in the league who can go head-to-head against the very best. Lamar is not only one of the best players in football, but he's also one of the most feared, with no one really able to properly prepare for him. Today, let's turn the clock back and look at the game that showed the rest of the world that the Ravens had a superstar on their hands. After being drafted by the Ravens very late in the first round of the 2018 NFL Draft, Lamar has won multiple MVPs, Pro Bowls,
And he's about to win his third one this year too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no quarterback playing better than him. I mean, Joe Burrow, but bro, he's not winning there because he's not winning. That's why. Like, yes, I feel like the MVP should not be on like what your team. I mean, it makes sense because if you're the best, most valuable player in the league, that means you're doing something for your team. But bro, the defense is ass, bro. Their defense is ass, bro. I don't know, man.
team all pros after being a consensus.
But yeah, bro, Lamar, I mean, a bit different, bro. We 1-1, man.
In Boynton Beach, Lamar committed to play at Louisville after they promised he'd only play quarterback. He dominated for 3 years, winning the Heisman Trophy in his sophomore season.
Look at that nasty word, Heisman.
To do so, and the first
Lamar
to ever
Jackson,
bring
man.
one to Louisville. He declared as the youngest quarterback of the 2018 class, but slipped down the board due to his unique physical traits.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I remember this. I remember this draft, bro. Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield. Wait, was it Baker Mayfield? Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield. Who else was part of that? Patrick Mahomes was 2017. Deshaun Watson was 2017. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold was part of that. It was a decent quarterback.
40-yard dash and was an electric.
Bro, I remember they tried to make him a running back. They're like, oh, can you do a test on the running back drills? You're like, nah.
When they drafted him, Lamar insisted, however, that he would only play quarterback, which scared many teams. The arm strength and pedigree were there, but almost every team in the NFL passed on him as he slipped to the bottom of the first round before the final pick could be called.
Bro, the Ravens are like only one of the smartest franchise in like the NFL. Wait, what happened?
However, the Ravens traded up with the Eagles for the
32nd. I thought you said the Eagles wanted it. I'm about to say, hell no, please no. Thankfully.
In his first interview as a Raven, Lamar promised to honor the investment and deliver the city a Super Bowl. Baltimore was committed to using Lamar as a quarterback.
Is this the year they got Derrick Henry? Got some weapons finally?
Floated, but he wasn't ready
Their defense is ass though, so if they had the defense, bro. Last year was the year that they had a winner, bro. The weakest the Chiefs were ever, right? In terms of offense. Even though this year, Patrick Mahomes is still ass, bro. Like, Mahomes, yes, he is a Hall of Famer, yes. But, bro, no one can say he's the best quarterback in the NFL in terms of playing wise the last 2 years. He hasn't been the best quarterback the last 2 years. He's been a top 5. In the playoffs, he's been the best one, okay? In the playoffs, yes. Regular season wise, no. But ultimately, the postseason matters most, you know what I'm saying? So, you can make a case for Patrick Mahomes still being the best only because of postseason numbers. But anyway, yeah, I mean, bro, last year was the Ravens year, bro. Like, it was them, the Bills, It was anyone, bro, apart from the Chiefs. And guess what? Y'all sold, bro. Pissing me off and shit, bro.
Yeah,
And then the 49ers, bro. Your ass, bro. Your
and
ass.
the Ravens were smart in allowing Lamar time to learn the game,
So are the Eagles.
forcing him into action. Even though
I'm happy. The Eagles didn't win.
Quarterbacks were allowed time to learn behind a veteran. Lamar played in the 2018 preseason and as the backup in the regular season, but didn't see real action until Flacco went down with an injury in
Bro, I remember when Joe Flacco got injured, bro. That was his last game ever, bro, as a Raven. When Lamar came in, bro, I said, nah, bro, he gotta be a starter, bro. You can't bring Joe Flacco back in, bro. I think didn't Lamar have like 8 rushing touchdowns in like 5 games or something like that, or however, like the rest of the year, and like a limited amount of snaps. And the Ravens, they had a winning record with Lamar when he took over, that year too. Because I think the Ravens were like 2-4, and then they went on to be like 8-7 or something like that. I forgot.
The Ravens were 4-5.
Yeah, 4-5.
Flacco on the edges of the playoff race. As the starter, Jackson wasn't spectacular with his arm, but stunned defenses with his mobility and ability to read the field. He went 6-1 as the starter for the rest of the season, pushing
10-7.
Baltimore to the playoffs and earning him the title of the youngest quarterback in history to start a playoff game at just 21 years old.
Oh yeah, because the Chargers
lost in the wild card round, but the Ravens had seen enough. Going into the 2019 season,
19 MVP season.
John Harbaugh brought in an offensive coordinator suited to build an offense.
And bro, you know what's crazy though? It's crazy how he won MVP that year with no receivers, bro. Bro, he had Willie Snead. He had did he have Aguilar? I think he had Aguilar. He had what's that boy's name? Damn. Oh yeah, Marquise Brown. Shit, I forgot. Duvernay, I think that was his first. Duvernay. Damn, I'm forgetting someone.
Found a mobile quarterback in Greg Roman. They signed Mark Ingram II.
Mark Ingram, big trust.
Had been a star for the Saints.
Big trust.
Phased out for Alvin Kamara. They also retained Robert Griffin III.
RG3.
Jackson's development as a dual threat QB and drafted weapons like Marquise Hollywood Brown and Miles Boykin.
Oh, Miles Boykin, that's the guy.
Offensive weapons
Boykin.
Featuring 2018 draftees.
They got Nick Boyle, Hayden Hurst, Mark Andrews.
The Ravens knew what they had and held Lamar back for a lot.
I mean, here's the thing with Lamar, bro. He could do a lot with little talent, bro. And that's what's special about him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm seeing in Jaden Daniels, too. Now, I'm not saying Jaden Daniels is Lamar Jackson, because he's not. He can't run like Lamar. Now, in my opinion, I think he's a better passer, or will be a better passer, right? But Jaden, look at the weapons around him, bro. The only weapon he has is Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin. Top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Number 1 of all time. Wait, hold up. I need to cut that out. I meant to say the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, Lamar, what he did that year, bro, was phenomenal. Like, the first week was against the Dolphins. He passed for 5 touchdowns. It was like 50-7, something like that. People were like, oh, damn, Lamar might be for real now. Because remember, people were saying he can't pass.
Giving him just enough reps to get
now, I feel like this year, passing was his best year. Last year, he improved. This year, he looks even better, bro.
Debut a new offense and their new franchise guy against the Miami Dolphins, led by defensive guru Brian Flores. Miami wasn't a juggernaut, but they'd won their last 2 season openers in a row, and the doubts were loud surrounding the new era in Baltimore. The Ravens entered the season tied for the 16th best odds to win the Super Bowl with a win total of 8.5. All while Lamar was lumped.
Yeah, they went 14-2, lost 7 times in the divisional, bro.
It was time for the second-year quarterback with less than 2,000 total yards to his name to deliver, or a lot of heads would roll. Week 1 arrived on the second weekend of September, and a game began that changed the trajectory of both the Baltimore Ravens and the quarterback position forever. On the road for the season opener, Jackson returned home to Florida to show off all he had learned in a year as a backup and young starter. The Dolphins won the coin coin toss and deferred, giving Baltimore the chance to get ready for takeoff. After an easy first touchdown drive led by new tailback Mark Ingram, Lamar got to flex his muscles. An interception gave Jackson a short field, and in a single play, he sent Hollywood Brown 47 yards to the house. Only a few minutes later, Miami fans were booing their hometown team because the game belonged to Lamar. He found Hollywood again for an 83-yard score and completed 3 additional touchdown passes through Baltimore's 8 consecutive scoring drives with him under center. The NFL was put on notice, witnessing the birth of a non-quarterbacky superstar, but they didn't even get to see a full 60 minutes from him. Baltimore scored a 9th straight time after Lamar was pulled for the entire 4th quarter and ended the game having not punted a single time. The final score was a 59-10.
Hey, bro, that's what we did with Jaden Daniels the first
half from Lamar Jackson and the
3
offense.
weeks, I think.
After only being considered an NFL-level threat on the ground as a prospect, Lamar ran the ball a grand total of 3 times. To the contrary, he dismantled the Dolphins with his arm, throwing for 324 yards on just 17 completions and an 85% completion rate. And it's not like he was throwing to Hall of Famers either. Mark Ingram was a solid back.
So I'm just saying, bro, like what he did that year, it was special, bro.
Were on that team were second-year tight end Mark Andrews and fullback Pat Ricard. With the weapons he was given, Lamar exited Week 1 of the 2019 season as the highest-graded passer.
Like, put Patrick Mahomes on that team, bro. Bro, they're not winning more than 3 games, bro. Guaranteed.
At quarterback, the game was a
masterpiece. Oh, you know what? No, because he has arm strength.
Such a special player at Louisville, and what the Ravens saw in him. He was surgical with his arm, placing passes where the only things touching them would be his receivers or the Florida grass. His passing also threw his guys open, with Ravens receivers getting a total of 161 yards after the catch. Lamar didn't run much, but he manipulated the pocket like a veteran, piloting an offense so dominant that they hardly needed to come out of the locker room in the second half. It's worth mentioning that the 2019 Ravens
Errol
was
Thomas,
no joke, pinning the Dolphins down for the entire game. But it's 100% easier to do that when your offense is dominating and your opponent is getting desperate. History was made on several fronts.
They had Patrick Owusu, Marshall Yanda was still there.
Became the youngest quarterback in history to complete a game
Orlando
with a
Brown
passer rating, tying the franchise record.
I think they had Marcus Peters, right?
Passes in a game. He also demolished the Ravens' record for points scored in a first half, while their 32-point halftime lead set the new NFL record for a season opener. The 59 points they finished with were the most ever scored in a regular season Ravens game, and their 643 total yards were also the new top franchise mark. Now, Mark Ingram was good. I don't think he deserves the credit for these numbers, do you? In his first season as the starting quarterback, Lamar Jackson put an entire NFL franchise on a poster, doing things only he could do. And while the superstar is famously humble in press conferences, he did have something to say to his critics after this game.
Not bad for a running back.
After a season of changes and many doubts about his ability as a passer, this game made a lot of sports pundits eat crow. Raven? He showed his ability to pilot a football
team. My boy said eat crow,
bro. Doing so without a superstar receiver. These would be the prevailing themes of Lamar's first MVP season, as the Ravens went on to lose only 2 games, one to the rival Browns and the other to the future Super Bowl champion Chiefs. Their 14-2 record was the best in the AFC and only shined the light more brightly on the second-year superstar that was Lamar Jackson. He finished the season with 36 passing touchdowns to only 6 interceptions, all while throwing for just over 3,100 yards and rushing for 1,206 more.
That's 4,000 yards of scrimmage yards. 4,300 yards
by any quarterback in a single season in history. Jackson did things in 2019 that most NFL teams didn't think were possible, as he dominated the league as a dual-threat quarterback, the best since Cam Newton. Lamar brought home his first MVP award as the only player to ever win it unanimously other than Tom Brady. His Week 1 performance against the Dolphins was an example of what he did to every team in football that year. Whether they were bottom feeders or top contenders, he dismantled defenses and kept offenses off the field, leading his team to the best point differential in the league by 50 points. Although it makes perfect sense, it baffles the mind to see that since that first game and his first MVP season, Lamar has only gotten better. He was was limited by the decline of Greg Roman's offense, but he was still a special player for years. In 2023, however, his shackles were loosened as the Ravens made the change to Todd Monken from the Georgia Dynasty, chosen to help Lamar utilize his arm talent more than ever. They won 13 games and were the 1 seed again in 2023, but fell in the AFC Championship game to Kansas City. Lamar was heavily criticized for his good, but
yeah, it was a horrible game for Lamar, to be honest. But bro,
doubts raining down on him, just as they did when he first took the starting job. As he always has, however, Lamar heard the critics and has come back with a vengeance. In 2024, he's pushed Kansas City to the brink in their season opener and won meaningful games against a series of quarterbacks who have been compared to Lamar throughout their careers, toppling Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, and a rising young star in Jaden Daniels.
What?
Against a series of quarterbacks who have been compared to Lamar throughout their careers, toppling Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, and a rising young star in Jaden Daniels.
Yes, sir! Jaden Daniels! That's my goat right there. Best quarterback in the league.
Is no easy feat, but Lamar has run the gauntlet and is on pace to rule the league again. In 2024, number 8 was looking better than ever as a passer, and he was on pace to surpass a former NFL trailblazer in the rushing department as a QB. Michael Vick was the first quarterback to ever run over 1,000 yards in a season, but guess what? Lamar is the only quarterback to do it in multiple seasons. Many fans relish the iconic memories of Michael Vick torching opposing teams through the air and on the ground.
It's crazy.
Lamar has carried on the baton.
Yeah, Lamar, I mean, Mike Vick, he's a Hall of Famer,
more than ever.
Right?
Derrick Henry has been an amazing addition.
I think he is. He should be. He was the start of it, you know. He was the start of the mobile quarterbacks. And Lamar, Randall Cunningham could be one. You know what I'm saying?
Dangerous team to compete for the Super Bowl. After Lamar took the
entire I remember that, bro. Lamar Villas. Bro, I made that up, by the way, bro. Because I said it before anyone started saying Lamar Villas, bro.
Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray were given longer, better looks at the position, and the scouting process has reset, with rushing ability being seen as a necessary trait in drafting a quarterback high, giving opportunities to guys like Anthony Richardson and Jaden Daniels.
Bro, here's the thing, bro. Like, hold on, let me hear what you said first.
With rushing ability being seen as a necessary trait in drafting a quarterback high, giving opportunities to...
All right. Yeah, I mean, Anthony Richardson, he can run, but he's more like a Cam Newton type of style, you know? Because Cam Newton... Why am I saying Newton? Newton. Cam Newton. Bro, Cam Newton, bro. Cam Newton is a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? He is a Hall of Famer. And, bro, I remember when Cam Newton was playing, bro, with the Panthers 15-1 season. Superman, bro. I remember playing football back in recess, bro. Doing the Superman. Oh, bro. But I feel like Anthony Richardson, he's not as agile as Lamar or Jaden. He's more like a Josh Allen, Cam Newton type of quarterback style, you know what I'm saying? In terms of like running style, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like the physical bulldozer type of running backs, you know what I'm saying? Like a Jalen Hurts, even though Jalen Hurts is a little bit more mobile, but those are the type of quarterbacks they are, you know what I'm saying? And then Jaden Daniels is more Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson-esque, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's not Lamar Jackson, right? Everyone knows that, right?
Richardson and Jaden Daniels. All this because every team wishes they could have the next Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
What do you think? Would you rather have a pocket passer like Kirk Cousins, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, or Tom Brady, or a mobile one like Lamar Jackson? Tell me in the comments below.
I mean, you can't go bad with either one, bro. I think it just depends, like the pieces around the team, I think. And the way you develop the quarterbacks too, because, bro, fortunately, my boy Bryce Young, bro. I mean, he's doing better now, but bro, he went to the Panthers, bro. I think it depends like what organization you're going to. Because imagine if Lamar went to the Jets back then, or if he went to the who was like the bad organization back then, the Commanders, right? My Redskins, whatever. Imagine if he went to my Redskins back then, he would not be the quarterback he is right now, bro. He would have been a bust. Yes. But I feel like it depends on what organization you go to. If you go to a good organization like the Ravens or the Chiefs, Packers, I don't know, many teams, Steelers, you're going to succeed, you know, because they're going to coach you well. They're not going to put you out there to die, you know what I'm saying? Like the Panthers did with Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, ultimately, I prefer running quarterbacks now instead of just pocket passers because the league has become so like in need of like speed and mobility, bro. That quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson are the ones that are getting drafted and are the ones who are being seen in college. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Williams, he's not Lamar Jackson, but he has mobility. You know what I'm saying? Kyler Murray, this upcoming draft, Jalen Milroe, he's gonna be like the most fastest running back. This upcoming draft. Cam Ward, is he? I don't think he is, right? I don't know. But bro, quarterbacks now are not just like Ben Roethlisberger. They're not Tom Brady's. They're not slow ass running back. I mean, not running back. They're not slow ass quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it depends on like the organization and the type of quarterback that you like. I guess preference in coaching. But yeah, man. Overall, pretty good video right here. Shout out to my boy. What's his name, my boy? My boy, the halftime show. Shout out to him.